Chain recommendations for butches. I got you, and we're specifically talking about solid 14 karat and solid 18 karat gold. If you want higher purity, let me know. I'll make a separate video on that. But none of the hollow stuff, okay? So we're going to start with this diamond cut 2mm Franco chain. This one is 14 karat gold. And you might be thinking 2mm is pretty thin, but this is a very durable chain style. And I actually prefer it in smaller millimeters like this because it's just such a sleek, clean look, whether you want to wear it by itself or you want to wear it with a pendant. But the reason why I do recommend the Francos is because they're stress-free chains. If you're somebody like myself that likes to go to the beach, you like to play in the waves, you will never have to worry about this chain around your neck. You're never have to go like this all the time because you know that it's gonna be secure. Now, Franco chains are gonna be a little bit more on the pricey side, just because there is more gold required to make these pieces, so they are going to be heavier in gram weight. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. They're not a flashy type of look. This is more for the gold connoisseur that wants the gold around the neck but doesn't need people to know they got gold around the neck. You know where I'm going with that? Okay, next up we've got a 3mm diamond cut rope chain, and the rope chain is the most popular chain style that I see on a daily basis. The reason why I recommend the ropes is for people that want the shine. You want something dancing around the neck. Looks good with or without pendants, but the rope chain is the one style that I highly recommend you don't even think about getting a hollow version of, even a semi-hollow version of a rope. Just because once those versions break, it is very hard to find a jeweler that's going to fix that for you. Most jewelers, when they see a hollow rope that's broken, they're not going to fix that for you. They're going to be like, no. I'm not going to do that. And what most people do, the reason they buy the hollow ropes is because, the jewelers are telling them, oh yeah, you're saving money because it's cheaper, you can get a bigger look for it. But once the thing breaks, you're going to have that feeling of regret because now you can't fix it and now you feel like you wasted your money. So just please save for the solid version of it. I promise you, you won't be disappointed if this is the chain style you really, really want. Okay, and this one is 14 karat gold. All right, the next one, we're stepping it up a bit. This is a solid 14 karat gold Miami Cuban link chain. This one is 4mm. All right, now 4mm, it's not considered crazy thick, right? But it's definitely thick enough to be just a solo chain that's gonna be eye-catching. Now, of course, all of this is kind of dependent on your build. If you have a bigger build, then something like 4mm might look smaller on you. If you have a smaller frame, then 4mm might look bigger on you, okay? But this chain is heavy, but it's definitely a statement piece if that is something that you're looking for. Again, Cuban link chains are also super durable, especially you got the box lock right here. The box lock just gives you that sense of security. So if you're athletic, if you're somebody that just lives an active sort of lifestyle and you want a chain that's going to be able to keep up with you, you can never go wrong with the Cubans. I myself am wearing one at a smaller millimeter. This one is 18 karat gold. And I just love the way that it hugs around the neck. And even though it's not shiny like the rope, there still is that sort of shine to it. You know what I mean? It just looks sleek, and it's something that looks really nice with a tucked in sort of look, right? Again, with the recommendations I'm giving, these are daily wear recommendations. Sometimes your chain's going to be outside your shirt, sometimes it's going to be tucked in, but thinner Cuban links always look good no matter what you're wearing. And even the thicker ones like this, shoot, if you're just the type of person that wants to daily something like this, it's clean. It's clean. And these, oh dude, these are pricey. These are definitely pricey, like the Francos, of course. But Cubans, they've been a staple for a very, very long time. All right, next up, we've got a solid 18 karat gold, 3.1mm Figaro chain. And Figaro chains are the definition of a classic style. This is something that you wouldn't be surprised that your grandpa wore it, your grandma wore it, maybe it's honestly been passed down to you. But what I love about the Figaro chains is honestly just the visuals of them, right? So you've got like 3 flat links separated by an elongated link, and it just looks good with anything and everything. But what I also really love about Figaro chains is that they're more on the affordable side when it comes to solid gold. And I know a lot of you might be saying, affordable, mine costs 800, mine costs blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is relative to the gram weight. If you were to compare a solid 3mm Figaro chain to a solid 3mm Franco chain, the Figaro chain is going to be a lot less expensive because there's less gold required in it to make the chain. So what I'm saying is a little bit of gold goes a long way with Figaros, which is why they're a great starter chain. I'm not saying that they're only starter chains, but I'm saying that if you're somebody that's first looking to just find something to wear on the daily, you will not be upset with this right here. It's just, it's a classic look. Okay, and the last thing we have here is the flat curb. So this is a solid 18 karat gold 4mm flat curb chain. This one is more of a choker look on me, which I do like. But let's say you're someone that likes the Cuban link, but you don't want to put down, you know, the thousands of dollars on the Cuban, but you want something that's going to look similar enough, then I would say the flat curb. So the flat curb is pretty, it's like razor thin when you put it, you know, when you flatten it out and you see it, versus the Cuban, it has a bit of that thickness from the side profile. But the flat curbs are also insanely shiny. Both the Figaros and the flats have that sort of shine factor to them. These are also great starter chains as well. And similar to the Figaro, they are more on the affordable side just because gram weight wise, they are lighter. But very, very unproblematic chain. If you're somebody that likes to hit the gym, let's say you're lifting weights and stuff, the only thing you have to worry about is the chain like imprinting on your chest, but it's not gonna break on you. You know what I mean? There are so many people out there that have been wearing their flat curb chains for over 20 years with no problem whatsoever. I would say out of all of these chain styles, the one that would worry me the most, probably the rope chain.